ArcelorMittal, who are they? They're the largest steel producer in the world. India is their home base. And earlier today, I had a conversation with a man that we all have a lot of admiration for. He is Raja. He is the CEO of Computer Enterprise Incorporated, CEI, one of the founding partners in 1992, also the chair of the Republican Party, former talk show host, and a confidant. I called him to talk about the Microsoft situation, but I did ask him about why is it, because of the G20 summit, and a lot of the conversation is going to surround trade, how is it that India has really bumped up past the United States as far as steel production? You've got China, you've got Russia, you've got India, and you've got us. Alex Sebastian Jr., we're at Thursdays. He's here to talk business on being an entrepreneur and why all of this matters and how it really is grassroots stuff. And what the president is doing in Hamburg, Germany is going to truly affect people from all walks of life. Dave Pascal, our business guy, go-to guy when it comes to the steel industry. So infrastructure, Roger told me there's a big construction boom there, and I was doing a little research on Google. I mean, from high-speed rail, bridges, highways, buildings, I mean commercial buildings, residential property, and their President Moody recently in the nation's capital with Donald Trump. For whatever it is, India has got it going on with manufacturing. So why them and not us?
Well, they do have it going on, and one of the industries that they are a big factor in now, of course, is the steel industry. And they, like China and Japan too, are a little bit guilty of sending exports out of their country, imports into our country at lower than market rates, and it's making it more difficult for the steel industry in this country. That has to be controlled, and I think the Trump administration is trying to do it.
Listen, I can't wait to really get into some meat and potatoes with him, and we're going to do that in our next segment. But right now we're going to talk about, and this kid, believe me, he's a kid to me, very smart when it comes to understanding business, and has really put a big footprint here in at Thursdays, which has been around since 1981, doing a lot of great things with craft beers, a great menu, brand new chef. They're going to expand this incredible patio in which the Clarks are going to be performing, and it will be shoulder to shoulder, wall to wall. I guarantee it when they're here in August. Talk about why you follow this national, international stuff, and how it really does affect what you do at this level, Alex.
Well, it really does. If you look at the climate and the business climate we have here in Beaver County, it's amazing. Look at what's going on. Look across over here.
Chuck Better's development right there?
Right there. Right there. 160 units right beside you.
Yeah, you know, one of the other things that we are very blessed to have, and the great Jim Mayer said years ago, it will not be oil, Rob, it will be water and natural gas that people will be looking at as big commodities. We're the city of Three Rivers. We got the confluence where this wonderful project is underway. Mr. Better's put a lot of sweat equity into the confluence of the Beaver, Ohio River. You have people that live by the hundreds and enjoy the river during the summer months, and that means business to you, but the only way they get to do that is to have a good paying job that they have disposable income.
That's right, and we see a lot of that coming in now. How many license plates do you see, Rob? Texas, Oklahoma.
Tons.
Unbelievable, right?
Right.
It's what's coming here. It's the revolution. It's no longer steel here anymore. It's oil and gas.
Listen, I'm not anywhere near as smart as these people that make their living in IT, but I love the fact that Microsoft and people like Google and Facebook are right here in Pittsburgh. Microsoft, big story today, and this is why I call Raji one of my go-to guys when it comes to this, 3,000 to 4,000 people. He said, look, it's just because of some things weren't working for them, and these are a lot of marketing and sales jobs that they're doing away with. It's not that they need money because they're cash deep. But when you see something like that, that at least shows you, and Raja has said for many years, these jobs in technology are no different than the blue-collar jobs that we all remember, people working in a local steel mill. Sometimes decisions are made, but they are really investing a lot into the clouds, if you will, and that's instant access as far as computers being able to store lots of data, and they're putting a lot into that. I see so many exciting things happening right now, but in Europe, technology, Apple, Microsoft, Google, it works, but manufacturing doesn't. That's why this G20 summit is crucial for Donald Trump to really play his cards and let them know, look, we're here to deal. We're not here to be taken advantage of. Dave.
There are several big issues that Trump has to address at the G20 summit, and international trade is one of them. That's big. North Korea, of course, is going to be uppermost in everybody's mind at G20, and it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of that, though. But international trade is a big issue that he has to deal with, because the gloves are off as far as imports coming into this country. And he is determined that he's going to do something about it. And again, you get back to India and China and even Japan. What's going on there is that in the steel industry, I can relate to that better than anything, but in the steel industry, what they're doing is China, for instance, and India are overproducing, producing much more than demand in their country. And they're supported by their governments. So they can produce all they want, and even though they can't sell it in their own country, they can export it to this country and sell it at below market rates. That's unfair. China, of course, is guilty of manipulating their currency. That's unfair too, and makes us more uncompetitive in this country, especially in the standpoint of the steel industry.
Speaking of the steel industry, Russia also a big player. And listen, I want everybody to really succeed, but I want my own backyard to have the best garden, okay?
Absolutely.
We're going to talk to you about this meeting that he's having with Vladimir Putin tomorrow, but I got to say one thing. Of all these people that I want to do business with, I would like to do more business with India. I'm a big fan of this President Modi. I think we have a lot in common. Their population is exploding over there, and they need resources other than what they have in their own country. And this is the forward thinking of Donald Trump. Who was in town recently? That man that I just mentioned. Who is he meeting with tomorrow? Vladimir Putin. Who has he become friends with? President Peng of China. So this guy understands what it is to do business.
Absolutely, absolutely. And how can we export what we have? Our resources here, we can be independent, energy independent.
Absolutely.
Why not export it as well?
And it's, the same for what we've done is reduced our ability to produce steel in this country now. And along with our ability to produce it, we've also lost out on the technology that we have in this country for producing steel too. Another reason why we're getting beat overseas.
Something that I've been thinking about since we last got together at the Club at Shadow Lakes. We're not producing. People don't realize Colfin and great company Intel, they're finishing, but they're not producing. Nobody's got the blast furnace working anymore.
Basic steel, right? That's exactly right.
And that's sad, David. That's very sad.
Sure, we don't do a whole lot of melting of steel and producing basic steels in this country. You're right. We were a processor of steel products. We produced not only in this country, but we also had to buy steel for overseas. I keep saying this, but we no longer produce steel to make bearings. That is devastating.
The ball bearings we're talking about.
Ball bearings, roller bearings, thrust bearings, needle bearings. We don't produce that steel in this country anymore. Everything that moves has bearings in it. We are totally dependent upon, almost totally dependent upon foreign sources for steel to make bearings.
Before we talk about your place, and then Dave and I come back to talk more of the G20 Summit, John Sermon, for many years, the man behind US Steel, big fan of his, gave me the opportunity to interview him a number of times. Also was with Marathon Oil at one time. What made US Steel do so well under his tenure when all of these steel companies from West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania shut their coke ovens down? He did not. They invested billions, clean burning coke ovens to where they were able to use it to produce steel. We have to get back to producing, importing, exporting, but being the leader as opposed to being dictated to. And the thing that frustrates me the most about Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, she's worried about a European trade war. I think they just need to pay their fair share. And if they do that, it'll be more balanced, and I think everybody wins. It's a good deal for both sides.
Well, I'm not so sure that a trade war isn't, at least the semblance of a trade war isn't something that we may need to show the rest of the world about the importance of the United States economy. We're the biggest economy in the world, and everybody has to know that. That's why we're the dumping grounds for, especially again, steel products.
One of the things I know they don't have at the G20 are beaver chips. So tell me about beaver chips. They're legendary. What about this beaver chip that you sell here?
Well, it's our homemade potato chips that we have here since
81.
81. They've been here. Changed them here and there, but they're still here, and they're wonderful, and people love them.
I'll tell you how long ago that was. I had hair
A long
like
time.
I had hair like that, and they used to card me. Okay, let's talk about rock, pop, blues, reggae, hip hop, and the Clarks.
The Clarks. The Clarks are going to be here August 5th. Again, amazing. How many years they've been here, I don't know, but a long time. It's a tradition.
Burgers you're famous for too. Talk about your burgers.
Yes, our burgers are amazing. It's an 8-ounce Angus burger that we make here in house, and it's amazing.
Yes, sandwiches, salads, wings, sliders,
Everything.
along with nachos and
And we have
tater tots.
Chef Mike is amazing. You know, we brought him in. He spent 18 years with my family. Decided that he wanted to depart. He wanted to get away. He wanted something a little more casual, a little more exciting. Well, not exciting, but a little more, you know, you don't want to worry. You don't want to stress every day, right?
Right.
So running a fine dining establishment, as Dave knows, it's tough.
It is.
It's very difficult. He came here. We're doing fantastic. He's doing a great job. He's having a lot of fun.
Great, what are you going to say?
I was a regular visitor. I have been a regular visitor of Thursday's restaurant in years gone by. It has never been better than it is now, and that's to your credit. Thank you.
In this corner, the champion. I love Alex Sebastian Jr.'s father. That
Thank you,
family,
Rob.
good
Thank you.
stuff. Now you and I are actually going to get down to some serious business, okay? I'll take a couple of swigs of my slush puppy and get back to work. Thursdays, the Clarks will be here in August.
August 5th.
You'll be here too.